Hello, everyone, and welcome back into another episode of the Bet On Me podcast. It's Monday, January 10th, 2022, and I cannot wait to get started tonight. We got the national championship game tonight between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Looks about like 60% of the money right now is setting on Alabama, and about 40% of it's setting on Georgia. Got these stats right here in front of me, looking at them right now live here at 3 p.m. Right hours before the college football championship game. The over is setting at 60%, the under at 40%. So that's where your money's setting, guys. A lot of people taking the over, a lot of people taking Alabama in the points and that money line. And can you blame them? There's really good value in that money line. If we go over here and check it out real quick, I think it's still setting. Yeah, plus 120 on the money line, plus 100 on the point spread. Right now, the point spread is at plus 2.5. Georgia's still favored to win the game, minus 140 on the money line there. The total is 52.5. I think it goes under that. I think this is one of those games where QB Bryce Young for Alabama, who won the Heisman Trophy this year, comes out in the second half and throws a couple long bombs like he normally does and gets some separation there away from Georgia at the end. But I think the first half's going to be kind of slow. Both teams kind of filling each other out. Nobody really wanting to make any mistakes, playing real safe. Seen a lot of that from Nick Saban. Georgia could come out firing. You never know. I mean, they could come out and just try to strike real fast. But here's the thing. Against that Alabama defense, that's a lot easier said than done. It's not easy to go out there and put up points on that defense. Those guys, they've at least got 10 guys that go to the league every year and play and get paid. These aren't guys that go to the league and don't ever play. These are guys that go in the league and make a statement and make waves. So Alabama's definitely a team that we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. But all that money, all that public money being on Alabama, that's kind of what scares me about putting any of my money on Alabama, which is why I don't think I'm going to bet this game. I think I'll set it out. And if I do put any money on it, it'll definitely be +3 Alabama on the points. I don't think Georgia wins the game, but I was wrong about the Michigan game. Georgia came out and destroyed Michigan. They were way more physical. They were bigger. It just looked like what SEC football used to look like when they played everybody that they played outside of the conference. But SEC football has been kind of lackluster this past season or a couple of seasons, which is why I kind of think we got these two teams now in the SEC that are still dominant, but not as dominant. This Alabama team, to me, to the eye, they say stat-wise they're the most dominant team, but to the eye they're not. And I think it's because they're probably one of the best defensive teams. They're probably you got to look at this Georgia offense, I think they get like 400 yards of offense a game. Alabama held them to hardly nothing when they played them in the SEC championship. So it's something to think about, guys. Defense wins championships, and that's something that a lot of people don't think about. And that could be why there's a lot of money on Alabama. And I know big offenses make big plays, and you can bust out. And Georgia can do that. Georgia's quarterback's been known for doing that. But I'm going to tell you right now, Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young tonight going to have a big game. Big game. They're going to hoist that trophy tonight. Alabama wins. Nick Saban gets him another national title. I don't even know how many this is at this point for these guys. But yeah, it's going to be nuts tonight. We got a few other things going on. I'm going to check something real quick. Just to see. Alabama has 12 national championships. Wow. That's insane. Nick Saban's won quite a few of them there, I would guess. Yeah, Nick Saban started winning them for him in 2009, 2011, 2015, 2017. They're just a winning machine down there, man. It's hard to bet against Nick Saban. It's one of those guys that I really find it hard to bet against. Yeah, Clemson won in 2017. 2016, Clemson won it. 2017, Alabama got it. Alabama got it, or Clemson beat the Tide after that in 2018, and Bama won it all in 2020. So I think Bama wins tonight. I really do. I think Bama wins big. I think that's the play tonight. I know I'm sitting here kind of giving you dead space, guys, but I'm just trying to mull this over in my head because they're really, I mean, Georgia could bust it open on them, but I'm kind of thinking that Nick Saban's got something up his sleeve. Nick Saban is the type of coach I think that he doesn't show you all his cards. He's got, I swear, he's probably got like 20 plays, probably more, that he hasn't ran all season. That this team has, probably got, recited at practice and just, drills and done so many times, and we haven't seen them. So I think tonight you're going to see some plays. And Georgia, they're probably going to definitely, depending on what the score is in the second half, you're going to see some gadget plays from Georgia trying to get something down the field. But I'm not necessarily saying gadget plays from Alabama, but every time they come and play a national championship, it seems like they do something they haven't done all season, and it's what separates them from everybody else when they play. Now, some seasons they can't do that. Some seasons they can't get it done. Defenses figure out what they're trying to do. The teams don't really execute as well as they should. But this year, I think with this quarterback, this team, this defense, I think they get it done. I think Georgia gets embarrassed in the second half. Yeah, Nick Saban win another championship tonight. I think that's about all that I got tonight, guys. I know we got some NBA action. I know there's some hockey out there. I really haven't looked at any of the lines, so I really don't want to give anybody a loser or anything. Klay Thompson came back last night. He had, a couple points. I believe he had like 16, a couple threes. I think it was 3 threes, 16 points. Yeah, Klay Thompson, looking good. Came out, dunked, got some layups, moving really good, looked really good. His knee did. So that's, if you want to go ahead right now and go put the Warriors in to win the championship, man, now's the time to do it, because those guys, I guarantee you the odds have already moved. Let's go check out the odds here real quick, guys. Division. Yeah, Golden State is picked to win their division, and Golden State is now at plus 460 odds to win the title. So, that's insane. Brooks are at plus 260. Brooklyn, Brooks. Sorry, guys, trying to talk too fast here. So Brooklyn is at plus 260, and Golden State's right behind them at plus 460. But Milwaukee's behind them with plus 700. So I think Golden State's going to end up meeting Milwaukee, and whoever between that, I think, will go. Somebody riding by on a lawnmower there. They've been cutting trees by the studio out here all day. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard any of that either. It's been crazy. It's been going on all morning. The Suns are plus 800. I don't think the Suns have a chance. The two teams I think that have an opportunity to actually, I think, the Golden State or Milwaukee. I really think Golden State, this is their year. I think with Klay coming back, I think they're going to come smack everybody in the mouth and show them, hey, this is what happens when you actually shoot the ball instead of, complaining about who's on your team and worrying about this, that, and the other. Yeah, so guys, like I said, that's about all I got tonight. I really don't have any other plays. Really haven't looked at anything else. Georgia on the money line, minus 140. They're minus 2.5. They are the favorites tonight. We're going to fade that. We're going to take Alabama plus 3 on the points. Throw it on the money line if you want to at plus 120. I'd take the under at 52.5. And I think Bryce Young's going to throw for like at least 300 yards and run for maybe 100. Who knows? I think he's going to have a big game. I think he's the deciding factor of this game. If he plays well tonight, they win. If he doesn't, they don't. And I know that's like a pretty obvious, observation to make about the game of football. The quarterback doesn't play good. That's not necessarily the case in every game, because, you watch a lot of games where as long as, you got a game manager out there who can kind of just, not screw up, they can win the game. No, I mean, when I say Bryce Young playing good tonight, I mean he needs to play like a Heisman Trophy winner. He needs to come out and sling that rock around, run around that stadium, and show everybody in the nation why he's the quarterback at the University of Alabama. And he's going to be a first-round pick eventually, or at least, not number one, but he's definitely going to be first round. Somebody's definitely going to take that guy and try to see what he can do in the NFL. I mean, you see Hurts, you see Tua. They're not playing bad at all in the NFL, so you got to give these guys a chance. All right, guys, that's the podcast for today. A little long-winded, but it's all right. It's National Championship Day. We got to really enjoy this one. Go get those bets in, as this is the last one of the year. Can't wait for the NBA to get rolling in the playoffs. We got the NFL playoffs coming up later on. And next week, I think they start, and we're going to have a guest on later this week to talk to us about the NFL playoffs and the picture that is coming up. So, guys, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Go out there and get the best bet in. Even if you don't tell my bet, do your research. Make sure you look at everything. Look at the stats. Make an informed bet before you throw your money on there. Don't just sit on the toilet and put together something right before the game starts, guys. We got to be a little smart about this. I'm Daniel Perkins. This is the Bet on Me podcast, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great Monday night.